Hi, and welcome to the SJ Child Show. The SJ Child Show brings value to families through education, resources, and lots of laughs. You can find us on our social media pages Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all of your favorite podcast platforms. You can also find our special children's books at sjchilds.org. This month is April Autism Action Month. All of our guests in April will be Autism Warriors, and we are celebrating them and bringing this to the forefront. Enjoy the show. Hi, and welcome to the SJ Child Show. I'm your host, SJ Childs, and today I have a very special guest, Dani Bowman, all the way from California via Zoom, of course. Hi, Dani.
How are you today, Sarah?
Oh, it's such an honor and a pleasure to have you here today. I feel like you are a mentor, even though you must be 20 years younger than me. I'm proud of you. I honor you, and I'm so grateful to have you here today.
I'm so great, and thank you so much for having me be part of this wonderful show.
Absolutely. Tell us about yourself and why you're here.
Okay, so I am Dani Bowman, 26 years old, and I am the founder and chief creative officer of Danimation Entertainment, an animation company that I started when I was 14 years old, and I also happen to be on the autism spectrum. When I first started my company, my goal was to open an animation studio. A year later, I was invited to teach animation to youth on the autism spectrum like me at Joey Travolta's Inclusion Film Summer Camps.
Wow, that's amazing.
And over the next few years, I continued to do more camps while getting my BFA in animation at Woodbury University. Then I decided that I needed some additional education to better operate my company. So then I proceeded to do my MBA. And over the past 10 years, my students have told me what a difference attending my camps and programs made in their lives. Now I am focusing on my PhD in positive developmental psychology. My PhD thesis will be centered on the positive impact that my work with youth in the autism community provided for life-changing shifts in their perceptions of autism and elimination of the roadblocks that they may have perceived due to a disability. But I don't see it as a disability. I see it as an ability, a different ability.
I agree. And my big mission on this journey, along with you, is to get rid of those bad words, right? Get rid of that language. Let's put a diss on the disability. Let's call it a reorder of thinking. The autism spectrum reordered thinking process, because it is such a beautiful, beautiful process of thinking. And I just want to celebrate it.
It's something to be celebrated. There's lots of benefits and drawbacks when you have a different ability. For me, my ability is the power to hyper-focus on tasks and using the powerful creative mind to create some animation work, and I tell stories because through Dani, over the past 12 years, I've illustrated and published 6 books and premiered 9 animated shorts at San Diego Comic-Con,
Yes.
which is something that I did over these years until the pandemic hit. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
But anyways, there's always the silver lining at the end of the tunnel.
And I love that you probably have already had an online presence or online courses that these kids could take. So that was probably something that you were able to keep doing.
Yep, sure did. And last year, I pivoted from when the COVID-19 pandemic started. I quickly shifted and pivoted from my in-person teaching to online classes via Zoom. It turns out to be a huge success, and we also did online animation camps. Not only with Animation Gets Real, not only have taught 3 animation camps with Animation Gets Real online via Zoom, but also we have our own animation virtual summer workshop known as the Dani Academy Virtual Summer Workshop. it turned out to be a huge success.
I love that. I can't wait to hear about the success of all of these things. And I follow you closely. I watch your films when they come up so that I'm not in San Diego, but I'm voting for you karmically. So in any way I can support you, absolutely. And I'm just so happy to have you on here. Tell us about, what got you started 14 years old? What an incredible age to start a career.
So that is a wonderful, wonderful question. So my idea of starting an animation company began when I was 11 years old because I've always thought I wanted to do something more than just illustrating books when I get started to get the access to a computer to create simple 2D animations. When I was 11, I created a couple of picture books on a regular computer paper, cut them, then stapled them together. I went to ask my aunt for her help to sell the books. She looked at them politely, then handed them back to me saying, they were nice stories, but they were not be ready to be sold to the public. I was crushed and
Oh,
walked away from her saying, no one ever listens to me. She called me back and told me that she'll always listen to me and will always be part of my team. She advised me that I needed to develop the books further and needed a company to publish them. I think she was hoping that these words would make me happy and eventually I would give up the idea. However, I started doing lots of research on the web about the business plans and company names. And a week later, I came back to her with a logo and interpretation of a business plan.
oh, that's incredible. I love that. To be a fly on the wall in that room, to hear your enthusiastic call for action that needed to happen. And I'm so excited that your family, was able to support you and get you started on that.
Thank you.
It's so important. So this little book right here, I'll show you really quickly. My daughter illustrated this little book, just her own little sketches, when she was
Oh,
8 years
wow.
old. And I was publishing my books, and I thought, how special would this make her feel if she could have her own published book as well? So we did. We went ahead and published that on Amazon for her. And
This is amazing.
it's just such an empowering, activity to do. And so it's going to be so great for her, for her future. Hmm.
Something that would be a great for the future. And I can help any kids on the autism spectrum if they can attend one of our animation classes. We provide one-on-one animation classes at danimationentertainment.com. If you go to our website at danimationentertainment.com, you will go to the section that says digital learning and you can register for free classes because we provide the free animation class every Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
I love that. That's fantastic. There are so many kids too, and especially kids with autism that love computers, really that are more drawn to that patterned thinking process, right?
That's right. It really depends, though it kind of really depends on the ability of the person on the autism spectrum. It really depends. We go to any pace. We are 100% flexible when it comes to based upon their ability.
I think that that's so special too, that you being inclusive, and being on the spectrum yourself and being able to see maybe the support that they do need and the special ways that they need it. Let's talk a little bit about you being a woman on the spectrum. How has that at what age were you diagnosed?
Diagnosed me when I was around 5, saying that
Yeah.
I am diagnosed with autism. But before I was diagnosed, my mom knew my mom knew there was something wrong right away. But remember, there is one most important thing. There is one most important thing that I'm sorry, I get my words a little mumbled.
No, please. We are so patient. It's so great to talk to you. And I think that just learning from
My
you and
Yes.
yeah,
As
it's
a child, the professionals told my family that I would never amount to anything,
Yeah,
like
crazy.
graduating high school or even having a career or making friends. But I proved them wrong.
Yes, you did, PhD. Come on, like get with it, folks. Where have you been? I agree. And the doctors said the same thing about my son, Danny. They said, "Oh, he speaks 25 languages. Oh, well, that's good, but he'll never have a job. He'll never, this and that." And I just don't believe it. That's not real.
Not real.
No, I don't know what imaginary world they live in, but it is imaginary because it's not real. And we can't take the words of a doctor in a square room and apply them to our child for the rest of their lives.
It's true because you just have to believe in your child's goal, believe in them.
Yeah.
Just it always takes a mission, always takes a team to help a child on the autism spectrum be able to reach and follow their dreams is the most important step.
Yeah, definitely. Did you get a lot of support then through your school after you had the diagnosis and ABA or things like that?
You could say I didn't really have so much support until I moved in to live with my aunt and uncle at like 11 or 12. Well, it's this, but I do have luck. But my aunt and uncle are the ones that always, they were the ones that they can't, they're always there to help me through the rest of my life from my high school to to the part where I graduated university. They're
Yeah.
always here to help me. They're always on
Oh.
my side.
I love that. It's so I'm so happy that they were there for you. I think that that's so important to have that support feeling of, people
Have you
that believe in you.
Thank you. Have you heard of the term the loving push?
Yes, right?
All kids, many kids on the autism spectrum do need the loving push if they want to pursue to have a life that is to have a life like many people well had to have a life or better to be
Yeah.
part of the workforce.
Be part of society, right? And just kind of bring your part along with it. Let's move into more adulthood and adolescence. How about dating? Is that something you like, or are you, how's that fall into your world? Because my husband and I talk a lot about what dating might look like someday.
For dating someday, well, it's just so hard for me to find the right person. It's I've been in relationships couple of times, but as I got to know my partner, it's just really hard to it's just really hard to find somebody who has the great. I'm just really picky when it comes to choice.
You should be.
Yeah.
You should be, girl. You stay that way. Stay picky. That you wait till, you have exactly what you want. No, I think that that's wonderful. Um, I love that, it's becoming so much more to the forefront about how society really overlooks the diagnosis of girls on the spectrum. And I like that you want to change that perception.
That's true that people on the autism can be part of the workforce, but they just need to get the loving push from the support of their family and all the caretakers and all the workers all the supporters that can help them. Because from a very young age, people on the autism spectrum are overlooked due to their challenges in communication, social, and life skills. And at Danimation, we help people with autism rise above the status quo by encouraging them to build upon their unique strengths and capabilities to build self-confidence, work skills, independent living, and employability. So
Oh,
Danimation entertains, educates, elevates, and will help employ people with autism through our animation programs.
that is fantastic. Not only are you offering job support, you are offering life support, right? You're like a superhero over there with a superhero cape on. And Danny, the superhero. I think that what you are doing and teaching, being a teacher, wow, just what an incredible thing. Did you ever Did you ever think that this is where you'd be today?
I never thought about, when I started Danimation Entertainment, I never really thought about becoming an animation instructor, but let me just tell you something. I haven't thought about teaching about animation camps and teaching. My focus originally was just to open an animation studio, but that has changed. Still an animation studio, but with a focus on employing and working with people with autism and other related disabilities, because as I got older, I realized the need with my community and I just wanted to help. So my company, so you could say I accidentally became a social entrepreneur.
I love that.
I never meant to.
No, I think that that's fantastic. I think the role fell right at the right person's feet, because I see how, just how proud you are of the work you're doing and how proud you are of your company. And I think that anybody listening that loves animation, especially if you're on the autism spectrum, please check out Danimation. And one more time, before we close up here, I want to know where everybody can find all of your sites.
You can find Danimation Entertainment at www.danimationentertainment.com. And we also have our social media pages. Danimation, you can find Danimation on Facebook. You can find Danimation ENT on Twitter, on our LinkedIn, Danimation Entertainment, or you can find me on Instagram as Dani Bowman1, or you can Google me. You can Google search Dani Bowman.
Yes, that's where it's at when you can Google your own name. I love it. That's fantastic. And I'll make sure to have all of those links down in the description so that nobody will skip a beat. You can find her right away. We were talking a little bit earlier. You had sent me an animation that you're working on. Let's talk about that and that upcoming event.
So this last week, my team of 12 people on the 12, let me try this part again. I have a team of 12, including 9 on the autism spectrum, who were my animation students. We participated in the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge. And together we produced a film known as The Home Office, The Making of Cartoon HQ. So this film, the film, we feel we did a great job. And our awareness campaign is from March 27th through the 5th. So it really started 2 days ago, you could say. And it's a mockumentary about this year's film was a mockumentary, and our film was an animated mockumentary inspired by The Office. And
that's great.
Yes. It's called The Home Office, The Making of Cartoon HQ.
And it was funny. I did watch it. So you're definitely, and we are going to attach it at the end of this video. Anybody that wants to go on, support Danimation, support this video so that they can win this new film contest coming up. I think it's amazing.
So it took us, just to let you know, it took us about 5 days to put this film together and submit it to the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge and keep the awareness going.
That's right.
We need to get more views.
100%. Let's shoot for as many as we can. Dani, I'm so happy to have you on here today. And it was such a pleasure to talk to you. And I can't wait to keep in touch and follow up with both of our exciting projects in the future. Not to mention, I got to get these books over to you so that you can animate my children's books for me someday.
Amazing someday. I need to take a look at your books.
I will send you some copies for being such a wonderful guest on the show today. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Is there any great advice that you want to give to parents or to the world? And for what I'm calling Autism Action Month. Let's get out there and educate and take some action.
So remember, You are never too young to follow your dreams, and it does not have to be animation. It can be any passion, whether it's writing, storyboarding, architecture, music, plush toy making, you name it. One more thing though, I didn't do it alone. I had a lot of help from my family, my mentors, and my supporters to make my journey possible. No one can do it alone. It's extremely difficult with or without a different ability to do it alone. Everybody needs help because it requires teamwork, which can include your family, your close friends, your teachers, your mentors, and supporters. There's always someone to help if you look, and don't be afraid to ask. I am eternally grateful to my team for helping me make my dreams come true. I would not be where I am if I tried pursuing my dreams without my team. One most important thing to remember: do not listen to anyone that says you cannot do this or you cannot do that. If anyone does, look at them straight in the eyes. Well, some of us aren't really good about eye contact.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? Yeah,
But
they
do
don't
what I
know.
do. I look straight at their foreheads, chin, or noses instead of the eyes. Believe it. Believe me. Most people can't tell the difference. Look at them and say, yes, I can, and I will. Just watch me. Always follow your dreams and never, ever listen to anyone that tells you can't do this or you cannot do that. Remember, anything is possible, and we can prove the naysayers wrong, because Danimation is igniting the magic within by building a unique animation team of tomorrow. And it starts by helping people with autism elevate their self-esteem, creative talent, and employability today. So join the Ignite the Magic movement.
I love that. That's fantastic. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there at the end. I just got too excited, Dani. I think that, you are one of my absolute favorite autism warriors in the world. And I want you to know that and wear that badge with honor.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes.
Then again, thank you so much for including me in the show.
Yeah, it's such a great pleasure to have you on. And we'll definitely be in touch. Does that sound good?
Count me in.
Okay, I think it's great. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming today, Dani.
Thank you, Sarah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Kind of guy that keeps you warm at night when you are cold. I'll grab some blankets from my bed, wrap them around your chest, and I'll pull you close. We'll flip some channels to find out there's nothing on right now to ease your mind. Sit back, relax, there is no rush, no need to speed things up. All we have is time to think about the future, forget about the past. Time to figure out a way to make this moment last. To make this moment last. To make this moment last. So let's make this the kind of love that we've been dreaming of when we sleep at night. We'll get closely tight. 'Cause baby, all we really need are just a couple things to stay alive. And everything else in between, just trust my heart, you'll see. We're slowly coming. Time to think about the future, forget about the past. Time to figure out a way to make this moment last. To make this moment last. To make this moment last. Sunrises, sunsets, I won't let you forget that I need you. Spring comes as spring goes, forever you will know that I love you. Sunrises, sunsets, I won't let you forget that I need you. Spring comes as spring goes, forever you will know that I love you.